Sure, here's a 5,000-word YouTube script for the Kindness Stories channel based on your title. Bullies tore the young teacher's shirt in the hallway. She drop-kicked their leader without warning. It includes the channel intro and avoids using any bracketed letters or headings as you requested. Welcome to Kindness Stories, where real courage, compassion, and humanity shine brighter than any spotlight. Every week, we bring you powerful, emotional tales that touch the heart, restore faith in goodness, and celebrate those who stand up when it matters most. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of inspiration. Now, let's dive into today's powerful story of unexpected bravery and the strength of standing up against cruelty. It was the first day of school at Westbridge High, a place known for its polished reputation, excellent academics, and unfortunately, a group of students who believed they ruled the hallways. These weren't your average rebellious teens. No, these kids thrive on fear. They weren't just bullies, they were skilled manipulators, dangerous in how they played with people's confidence. And into this storm walked Miss Clarissa Jennings, fresh out of university. Miss Jennings had worked incredibly hard to land this teaching job. She loved literature and dreamed of being the kind of teacher students never forgot. The one who not only taught grammar and poetry, but also helped kids find their voice and believe in themselves. At 24, she was bright, full of energy, and filled with big hopes. She wore a sky blue blouse and simple black trousers that first morning, her shoulder-length brown hair bouncing slightly as she walked. Her smile was genuine. Some students smiled back, others barely noticed. But one group noticed her very closely. Brandon Thatcher was their leader. Son of a wealthy local businessman and used to getting away with everything, he had been held back a year but acted like it didn't matter. Tall, smug, with a jaw that always looked like it was clenching some secret joke. His crew followed him like shadows. Sarah, lean and sharp-tongued. Marcus, silent but menacing. And Dylan, the one who laughed the loudest. Miss Jennings had heard the rumors. Some teachers had even warned her during orientation week. But she refused to believe a school could be that bad. She believed in kids, in change, in second chances. She believed if you gave respect, you got it back. The first few days went smoothly. Her classroom was organized. She encouraged discussions, even cracked a few jokes that made the class laugh. Many students warmed up to her quickly, but Brandon didn't. During her third week, she caught him watching her with narrowed eyes during class. He didn't participate, didn't take notes, just stared. Then one afternoon, he bumped into her in the hallway. She smiled politely and said, "Excuse me." He leaned close and said in a low voice, "You don't belong here." She blinked, unsure if she heard right. "Excuse me." Brandon smiled coldly. "You'll see." That night, Clarissa stayed up grading assignments and trying to ignore the knot in her stomach. She had dealt with rude students before during her training, but something about this boy felt off. Still, she reminded herself she was an adult, a teacher, and he was just a teenager acting out. But it got worse. Little things. Her markers missing. Her seat adjusted so it sank when she sat down. The board erased before she arrived. She knew it was Brandon, but without proof, she couldn't do much. Then one morning, everything changed. It was just before the second period. The hallway was unusually quiet. She had just left the teacher's lounge and was headed to her classroom when she heard a soft click of footsteps behind her. Before she could turn, she was shoved hard. She stumbled forward, nearly hitting the lockers. Before she could react, Brandon was standing in front of her, flanked by his gang. "Oops," he said mockingly. "Didn't see you there, miss." Clarissa's voice was firm but calm. "That's enough. Step aside, please." But instead, Sarah reached out and tugged at the fabric of her blouse. With a sickening rip, her shirt tore open across the side seam. The laughter was instant, cruel, echoing down the corridor. Clarissa froze. She could hear her heartbeat. Her blouse was ripped wide enough to expose the strap of her bra. The hallway, suddenly not so empty anymore, had students peeking from doorways. Someone gasped. Someone else pulled out a phone. And then, silence. Clarissa's eyes locked on Brandon. He smirked and took a step forward, and that's when something inside her snapped. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She acted in one smooth, startling move. She planted her right foot forward and pivoted, channeling every self-defense class she had ever taken, every ounce of humiliation, fear, and frustration into one perfect motion. Her left leg rose, fast and fierce, and connected squarely with Brandon's chest. He flew backward, landing with a thud that sent his phone sliding across the tiles. The hallway erupted. Some screamed. Others laughed. Brandon groaned, winded, eyes wide in shock. Clarissa stood over him. Breathing heavily. "Touch me again," she said, "and you'll see what else I can do." Within seconds, teachers arrived. The assistant principal came running. Phones were confiscated. Students ushered away. Security footage reviewed. The situation escalated quickly. At first, Clarissa thought she was going to be fired. She sat in the principal's office, trembling slightly, her blouse held together with safety pins. But when Principal Matthews entered, he looked at her with something surprising in his eyes. "Respect. We've seen the footage," he said quietly. "You show restraint and skill. Are you okay?" Clarissa nodded. "I'm fine." Brandon was suspended. So were the others. Charges were considered. His parents threatened legal action. But the video evidence was clear, and something even more surprising happened. Students started speaking up. A sophomore came forward, then a senior, then a junior, each one sharing their experiences with Brandon's group: harassment, intimidation, even theft. Clarissa had unintentionally become a spark. One moment of bravery had lit up a fire in others. She was asked to lead a new student support initiative, a self-defense workshop, a discussion forum on bullying, and she did it all with grace, humility, and quiet strength. Months passed. She earned awards, not for the kick, but for the change that followed, for creating a safe space, for being someone who didn't back down. And the students, they never forgot, especially a girl named Leela, who had once considered dropping out because of Brandon's bullying. She approached Miss Jennings after class one day, eyes shining. "Because of you, I stayed." Clarissa smiled. "That's why I'm here." So when you hear the story of the young teacher who was bullied in the hallway and fought back, remember it wasn't just about the drop kick. It was about what came after, about standing up, about refusing to be broken, about showing kindness not as softness, but as strength. That's the kind of power we celebrate here at Kindness Stories. If this story moved you, please share it. You never know who needs to hear it. And remember, one act of courage can change everything. Until next time, stay kind, stay strong, and keep believing in the good.